Barkanmu da warhaka. A darasinmu na yau za mu nuna mun ce a baya mun ga yanda muka yi building website na wannan na team wanda muka ce kowa ya je website ne. In fact bari mu bude shi kawai, bari mu running so that mu ga mu yi kamar recap kan aikin da muke. .net run. So far mun yi setting up komai, yanzu kawai mu fara coding back end da front end ne rage. So na yi running application din do localhost 5222. okay, so za mu je browser, mun bude Firefox, sai mu je localhost /5222 local, ko za ku iya sa http, sai localhost / guda biyu, sai localhost 5222. yawa, so this web page din kamar yadda kuka gani, in kuka zo kan abinda muka yi building so far, in kuka sa Abdul for example, za ku iya kara players, yana kara a nan, an gane. Sannan za ka iya removing. The only thing da muka ce yanzu muke so mu implementing shine coach kawai muke so, only let's kada mu ce coach kawai, mu ce only authorized users, wato akwai particular set of users da mu a web page din muke so mu ba daman su iya canja wa'annan sunayen. So muka ce in order to do that, number one, we need a database. In kun tuna shine dalilin da yasa muka je muka samu Postgres SQL, muka yi setting in shi up akan backend dinmu, that is akan .net API dinmu na backend da muke amfani da shi. Mun riga mun yi setting up, kuma muka je muka samu Beaver, shi kuma ba wai actually wani ba dole bane sai da shi, but da shi idan muka dan yi wani testing ko muka yi wani aiki akan database din, ya sa mana a database, shine kamar idan mu a database. Wannan Beaver program din da muka downloading, shi amfani shi shine kamar idan mu, idan muna so mu ga me yake cikin database, za mu iya bude shi sai ya nuna mana mu ga okay, abinda muka yi yana tafiya daidai, an gane. Sai kuma Postman muka ce da shi za mu rika testing idan muna so mu testing web page din while muna developing. Wato it will be very difficult idan every time za ka yi testing sai ka je browser ko sai ka yi hada client side dinka. In kun tuna akwai server side code da muke rubuta wanda shine muke yi a C#, wanda shine muke rubuta da C#. Sannan kuma akwai client side wanda muke yi da JavaScript da HTML da CSS, an gane. Now in order to put everything together, sometimes idan za ka yi, let's say ka yi server side code ɗinka, idan za ka yi testing, ideally idan baka da Postman, dole sai ka yi implementing client side din, an gane. Dole sai ka yi implementing client, wato nan web page din, kafin ka iya testing din shi. But amfanin Postman is idan muka yi server side dinmu, ba dole sai mun yi implementing client side din ba, we can just use Postman sai mu testing mu ga idan server side dinmu is okay. If it is okay, then we can go ahead say me implementing client side din, an gane. It makes things so much easier. Imagine in da ka zo kayi server side kayi client side, sai ka zo testing sai kaga kana samun issues. Sometimes it's very difficult kama gane daga ina error din yake zuwa from. Is it from the client side or is it from the server side, an gane. So ba za ka san if it is from your C# code ko from your JavaScript ko from your CS, an gane. So amfanin ya zan ce kaman ana ce mai abin kaman unit testing. Amfanin unit testing kenan. Server side ɗinka you test it separately, ka tabbata everything is fine, sai ka ajiye shi gefe, ka yi unit testing din shi, sai ka zo ka yi testing client side ɗinka, shi ma ka yi bashi nashi unit test din, an gane. When you test it, shi ma ka tabbata everything is fine. Idan ka yi running ka zo ka samu issues a nan, that is akwai kuma after unit test akwai integration test. Integration test shine test din da kake yi when you are integrating server side ɗinka da client side ɗinka, an gane. Wannan future abubuwa ne da maybe nan gaba we will dwell on, but for now na nuna muku ne don ku ga abin da we are trying to provide anan. So in order to do that, muka ce all these things that we need to implement dole ne sai muna da users, muna da kamar record na users da ke visiting website din, an gane. So za mu creating kamar authentication platform inda mutum zai iya signing up, za ka iya sign up da web page din sannan sai kai login in. Idan kai login in za mu duba mu ga password ɗinka ya yi daidai da password ɗin da kai amfani da shi a lokacin da kai sign up. Idan bai daidai ba, that means ba kai bane, an gane. So you have to give us you have to provide password ɗin da kai bada a lokacin da kai signing up to let us know lalle cewa kai ne da kai signing up ɗin nan, kai ne ka zo za ka shiga, an gane. So to do that za mu fara da server side code ɗinmu. So we're going to bari stopping wannan control C na stopping. So za mu fara da server side. In kuka zo in kuka zo kan code ɗinku da in kuka buɗe project ɗin, ku je kan yana cikin folder www root, nan ne muka ajiye client side code ɗinmu, yana cikin program.cs ne, an gane. So ga folder project ɗin namu nan na kira shi server side. In ka buɗe folder, you see wani program.cs shine code ɗin da ke holding server side code. Most of our server side code is there, but in kun tuna akwai appdb context da muka hada shi kuma lokacin da muke setting up Postgres SQL, shi kuma wani code ne daban, shi ma is part of the server side code. So we're going to be using them together. So for now za mu je program.cs ne mu yi za mu adding two endpoints. In kun tuna, these are endpoints ɗinmu na API endpoints ɗinmu. Muna da get players, muna da remove player, muna da add player, an gane. So za mu ƙara guda biyu. Za mu ce app.map, it's going to be a post method za mu using da za mu we expect user ya providing information idan zai hitting endpoint din. So in fact, let me just copy everything here. Sai mu canza so copy everything here, sai mu canza. So map post, we're going to call it by remove player ba, za mu kira shi sign up, sign_up, coming on in small letters. Sannan we're going to call method din da za mu creating, which is sign up, capital SIGN, capital UP, gane. So we're going to create one, don't forget semicolon at the end. So yana ce mana sign up, it's a bigger wannan method din ba, so ba mu riga mun creating, but we'll create later. So nan ma we are going to need another method, app.map. Me yasa muke rubuta one, we can just copy and insert shift click copy, control C, sai mi control V, mi pasting. Sai ba sign up ba, za mu kira shi login, shi kuma wannan endpoint din will be idan user yana so ya login in. So we're going to call this login, capital L, capital L, LOG, capital I. Then next mi saving tukuna, sai mu je kasa, mi scrolling kasa, mu je where do we go, bari mi copying wannan na remove player. It's more like abunda muke so copy everything, sai mu zo nan kasa, we create a method and we're going to call it kar ku manta sign up the login. Akwai wannan called sign up, sai na biyun we're going to create another method, shi kuma za mu kira shi login. Then don't forget code din da muka rubuta ba daidai bane, of course na wani wannan ne za mu canza su. So a sign up, okay, bari mu fara da sign up ba. A sign up, there are two things we expect idan mutum zai signing up, ya ba mu username din shi kuma ya ba mu password din shi. So we're going to be expecting two strings daga shi wannan din. So we're going to call this rather than str string, we call it username, which ko kuma mu kira shi name kawai, small name. sai a nan ma abinda zamu yi calling din shi, we're going to use the same small name. So a postman din zamu yi testing ko a client side, the name sunan variable din is going to be this. We're going to make sure sunan variable din matches this. An gane? Anyway, in muka zo yin client side din ko muka zo testing the postman, za ku ga me nake nufi. So idan muka ce name equals, okay, first of all name is okay, leave it like that. If name is null, because name is nullable, and shi yasa we're going to do this test. If name is null or pass, okay, sorry, ba mu dauko ɗayan ba, mun ce the name, the password string, pwd is equal to context dot request dot form in bracket musame pwd. So wannan din shi ma we're going to a client side, this is going to be the name of the variable pwd. Say next which if name is null or okay, if name is null ko kuma no, ina zuwa mu cire everything here. Maybe we'll just leave wajen return, we'll get wannan tukuna. That's not the code we need. Wayannan ma code din, we should remove them. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Za mu get gyara shi. So abinda muke so, okay, so anan mun dauki name din. I want us to za mu canza shi, mu mai da shi, ba na so ya zama nullable string, we want it to be a normal string. So we're going to say string mu ce username, yanzu kira shi username is equal to idan name is null, I'm looking for any shortcut na converting nullable string to normal string. So idan name is null, okay, I think haka ake go username question mark, akwai wani shortcut, can't remember actually. Anyway, we'll just make it simple. Mu ce username equals empty string. If name is not null, then username equals name. An gane kawai taku ne kawai. I couldn't remember shortcut din converting nullable string to string. The same name muke so, but ba ma so ya zama it's a nullable string, we want it to be a normal string. Shi yasa muka yi wannan two steps din. So the same thing, the password, we want it to be a normal string, kuma za mu kira shi password haka is equal to empty string. Say mu duba if name is if pwd is not null, then password is equal to pwd. Okay, say finally, say if name equals should we take the if name equals empty string or pipe the mic, where's the pipe symbol, or password, oh sorry, by name kuma zamu using anan, but username, remember mu riga mun converted into to username equals or password is equal to empty string, then it should, that is idan any of them babu, then it should just exit. You're exiting the failed response. So we're going to return results dot okay, which is failed. Haka. Okay, so we'll exit the method kuma mu ce yayi failing. We can give maybe extra information don mutum ya san dalilin da yasa yayi failing. We can say invalid username or password, ko mu ce and or password. So idan ka zo signing up, an gane, idan ka zo signing up in kai providing wajen username sai baka bada komai ba, sai password ka bada wani abu, this will hit. An gane abinda muke testing a nan kenan. The same thing idan ka bada password baka bada username, the same thing will happen because me using or anan. The same thing idan baka bada username ba, baka bada password ba, kai kokarin signing up ba zai barka ba, it will just throw this error, failed invalid username and or password. An gane? So dalilin da yasa muka yi wannan kenan. Sai finally by the time control ya kawo nan, then we are sure cewa username is valid, password is valid. Then what we need to do is we need to insert into our database. An gane cikin visitors one. So you're going to see how we're going to do that. Yanzu how we're going to use database. Remember abinda na gaya muku kan post kan wannan me sunan shi wancan entity framework call. What I told you about entity framework call zai dauke maka wahalan yin wani connection to database ko rubuta code din database ko query na data ba ruwanka da duk wa'annan. You just write it as if you are writing C# code. So this is how you do it using like a app db context. Remember where this app db context is coming from. It is from here. Wannan code din da muka rubuta an kuntuna. Wannan bari bude muku shi ku ganshi. Wannan lokacin da muke setting up sanda muke setting up entity framework call, lokacin muka rubuta shi. Sannan remember mun yi creating visitor table din mu, muka ce anan gashi nan db set visitors. So let's go back. App db context, zamu kira shi, we can just call it db context. Notice the way I'm writing it, db is small d small b but c is capital, so make sure everything is correct. Yanda dai ka rubuta shi anan, obviously this is a variable name, you will have to write it the same way. So it's equal to new app db context. Now believe it or not, by the time ka rubuta wannan, just by writing this shikenan sorry na manta akwai open bracket close bracket. By just writing wannan code din using app db context equals new app db context din, shikenan it's as if kai connecting to database ɗinka. That is how simple entity framework call is called. That is how should I say easy entity framework call makes your life. So next we're going to grab, remember idan muka je app db context din mu duba sunan visitors, kun ganshi sunan table din visitors da capital V. So we're going to grab wannan visitors din and we're going to add wannan a ciki, a new visitor. We can first of all say new user, var new user equals new visitor. An gane? So yanzu I'm using wancan poco din na cikin wannan class din. Remember we said this is a poco class that you can use as tables dinka a cikin database dinka. So we're referring to the same class. So new visitor, we're going to pass ina zuwa mun hada mishi constructor kuwa. Let's see. Okay, be the constructor. Okay. So we're just going to say sunan properties din akwai username capital U, akwai password capital P. Remember wannan auth token din is nullable, so ba dole sai mun bada ba. So we're going to pass the username and the password. So mu zo nan mu ce visitor username, remember capital U muka yi is equal to sai mu ce username. Remember the small u wannan username ne, sai comma, sai password capital P, password equals sai ka sa sorry, wannan password din capital P, password equals say password, wannan small password din. Why am I having issues creating this new user? The new visitor does not contain a constructor that takes 2 arguments. Okay, be the constructor. Okay, daidai ne nan wurin ba open bracket bane because ba constructor zamu using ba curly brackets zamu using. Wannan curly brackets they were introduced a C# recently, yanda zaka iya creating objects of a class ba tare da kai wannan ba. So remember wannan capital U ne ba small u ba, capital U shikenan. So this is correct. Another way we could have done, just to make things clear, is we could have said var a user, bana so in using new user saboda kare clashing da wannan suna, a user equals new visitor, haka new visitor, an gane, sai ku bude bracket, closing bracket, sai ka ce why is it complaining, must be set in the object. Oh, okay. So ba za mu iya using wannan ba kenan. So probably we are stuck to using wannan for now. Anyway, mi sauri mu gama abinda muke so mi. So var new user equals okay, wannan creates the user. Then next we need to add it. Yanzu nan we only created visitor din, suna variable din that is holding visitor din wannan ne, an gane. Now we need to put it inside database din. Kuma remember what I said, visitors, this is the table, an gane, this is common representation of table din. So we're going to say app db context dot visitors dot add, sai musa new user din, gane, sai har yanzu ba a gama ba. You have added it to wannan by putting it cikin visitors table din, and then it is only residing in main memory, an gane, yana residing a cikin memory na computer ne until you call db context dot save changes, sannan zai sa shi actually zai kaman stamping din shi into database din, an gane. So anan yes ka sa shi a cikin visitors table, but it's still in main memory, be imprinted ko be permanenting din shi cikin database din ba. So you need to call db-context.save changes to finalize. Then there's also another thing normally that we do, and then we usually use a try catch block in case akwai error a database. So zaka sa try, and then haka ka bude curly bracket, sai ka wrapping in everything inside curly bracket, sai anan ka ce catch, sai ka ce exception ce exp haka, sai ka bude, sai cikin catch block din sai mu nuna cewa there was a database issue. So dalilin da yasa muka yi wannan is a nan wurin by the time kai calling db context.save changes, wannan code din is going to go and write. Remember entity framework call kake delegating ma task, entity framework call zai je cikin database din ka yi kokari ya sa ya implementing wannan code din da kace, wato ya kara ya creating wannan a new user, the username da password din ya sa shi cikin database. That is going to make it write or execute some Postgres SQL code. Now while it is executing one code, there is possibilities they encounter an error, an gane. Now if it encounters error, the reason they say muka using try catch block and then kenan, if it does encounter error, if your execution is going to run into catch block and an gane, then it is left for you how you want to treat it, an gane. Because if you don't create one and try catch block, then if there is an error, but like there is no bazama kasani ba, as you are running your program, so you can run into bugs a program ɗinka. So it's very good whenever you try to run entity framework call inda ka san EF call sai ya je cikin database ya yi wani abu, then you should wrap wannan code din into try catch block. Anyway, bari me finalize it. So and then we'll just do the same failure, and then zamu ce return results dot okay, sai mu ce in bracket failed full stop, sai mu ce maybe database error. Okay, so this is for sign up. Mugani, should we go ahead miyina okay, idan kuma exiting in har yayi successfully, that is idan wannan be encountering any error, but then ba zai zo catch block, but it will just exit nan and then it will return results.okay success. Maybe bari mu kara wani message anan after success, mu ce ko mu ce successfully added new user, sai mu sa sunan user. Okay, bari mu using wannan string concatenation ko string, na manta abinda ake kiran shi, but you add a $sign kafin wannan double quote din. The reason what it allows you to do is zaka iya sa variables a ciki by just putting curly brackets. So you can put curly brackets anywhere cikin text din nan ka sa any variable kake so. So the variable we want to put is username. So idan whatever username mutum ya bada a lokacin da yayi kokarin sign up din, shi zai nuna mana anan idan kai wannan. So I think this video has gone long enough. Probably kafin me implementing login, we should finalize na sign up din. An gane, so we'll do only sign up. Next video we'll do login. Bana so video is over there. So we'll do na sign up. Don't forget, we still have to test this maga ko yana aiki daidai. So so far I think everything is fine. If username equals okay. So we're going to stop it here, and I will go to terminal in your dotnet run to run the backend. Same with postman me testing. Angani. So we're going to give it a test. Okay, so you can see the error. The name login does not exist in the current context. Oh, okay, namanta. Wannan code din program.cs din mu manta, bari mu cire wannan for now. Tunda mun goge login din, mu cire shi tukuna. Not now. Control S. Remember, an kasa double quotes guda biyu before any line. It's as if line in does not exist. It just comments it out. So now Control S. Zo nan kasa CLS to clear. To menene, but there are command CLS not found. To what about clear? I thought. Oh. Sorry, now I'm not using Windows. I'm using Linux. Okay, so me.net run enter. This should run the API. Yeah, so it's running a localhost 5222. So same with postman. Boot a postman. We're going to yanzu abinda zami is as if we are from the client side. Zami kokari mi signing up. Imagine a ce wani coach dinmu yana kokari signing up on our website. So abinda zamu kenan. So postman is coming up, and then when it's done, zamu je mu duba database dinmu. In fact, let's open database din. Mu bude the beaver. Mu gani, is this thing running? Container dinmu na database, is it running all this while? Oh, okay, it's running. So zamu bude the beaver dinmu, just to show you that cewa babu wa'annan babu sunan da zamu signing up din baya cikin database. Then we will now use postman, me testing, me creating one user, and then we will now go and see the beaver and see if the name has been created. Okay, Postgres was babu connection is refusing 5432. Why is it refusing connection? Connection failed. To go containers is it the container is not running. It's not running, so mu ce start. Kun ga mene ai na zo kawai nan kan Postgres ne right clicking sai na ce start. It will start the container, so yanzu it is running. So shi yasa the beaver could not connect that time. Let's go back, we put the beaver, we ƙara clicking, yawa, so it is now connected. So muka je database, muka je Postgres, muka je schemas, muka je public tables, visitors table. We can view our visitors table by double clicking. Zai bude mana anan. So you can see this is the properties tab na table din. You can come to data kaga me yake ciki. So you can see this is the data tab. I think the other time the nayi showing abun I was probably on the properties tab. Shi yasa ba mu ga data ba ko? No. A lokacin ba mu sa anything. Anyway, so muzo data, you have to go to the data table ka gani. So you can see username nothing, password nothing, babu da any record a cikin wannan table din. We have username, password, the auth token. So fine, this is just to show you cewa babu. Then we'll now go to Postman. We will change this to post. You can see wajen creating request ne. I click this. Idan nan ba babu komai, you can, so what I mean is if this is closed haka zaka click wannan plus din to create a new request. Sai ka canza method din should be post. Say it should go to http, sorry, make faruwa kama abin ya losing focus. Postman is not responding. Kai, oh god. Okay, so when we terminate him, we gotta start in Postman. So video now has gone too long. Okay, http colon says / could I view say local host say slash say kar mu manta sunan endpoint din. We can confirm. Kai, why is Postman doing this? Oh, okay, I was clicking the wrong side. So in kuka zo in zaka confirm endpoint, you just scroll up sunan endpoint sign underscore up. So we'll say sign underscore duka small letters up an gane. So that is the endpoint da muke so mu hitin. Ba mu gama ba, zamu zo body an gane. Under body, remember we're going to provide form data. Shine wa'annan information din, if you remember, da muka processing ko da muka extracting. The username, the name, yawa. So nan kun ga nan we called it name. Form context.request.form index thing is called name. Na password kuma is called pwd. So the same thing, and then key will be name. Sai ka kara wani key called pwd. Sai a value na key din na name sai ka bada sunan. So for example mu ce sunan shi coach, username din is coach Milingi for example. Say password din mu ce we can just call it pass or PASS. Let's just call it pass as the password. So if we do this now, idan kai clicking send, it's going to hit endpoint and you see the result. And so let's go ahead and do that. Send could not request connect connect refused 127.0. okay, so it could not connect. Why I don't know why. Yes, is it local host? Oh, sorry, moment masa sunan port number. We have to give it the port. So after local host, akwai colon, say 5222. Angani. So now we send. So hopefully this should work. Okay, so successfully added new user coach Milingi. Kun gani yayi tallying da exactly abinda muka rubuta a wannan code, and that means it worked successfully added new user, say username. So whatever name ka bada a lokacin da kai hitting request din shine, and the password will be passed. We will now go to database mu bude the beaver. We will probably have to refresh one page to get I don't know how to refresh it. Is it double click or we close this first? Probably say mun exiting mun ka yawa. So I had to close one table in the kara. So you can see username Coach Milingi, password pass, auth token null, because in kuntina auth token is nullable a lokacin da muka creating din shi a cikin appdb context din inda muka creating make it suna visitors table. We said co-visitor poco, we said auth token can be null. So this is it. By signing up, whenever anybody tries to sign up, you're hitting on the endpoint, the username, the password, she is going to add it to the database. The only thing you need to know is, because we made username unique, you don't go duba appdb context. Let's go and have a look. Kapin me ending. Idan muka ji appdb context, muka zo visitors, you can see one we said required. Did we say unique key? Yawa gashi nan key. Wannan key code in da muka rubuta just before public required string username din, it means every username must be unique because it is a key. It is a key in the table. It has to be unique. So there cannot be another without in a code. There cannot be another username called Coach Milingi. For example, let's test it and see. So muzona makara gwada wani Coach Milingi, sai mu ce password din shi coach, for example. Sai mu ce send. Notice what will happen. We're going to, you see, failed database error. Anan wurin ye failing. Idan muka je code mu, where's our code? Sorry. We are very yawa. So mu je program.cs code din na nan ne. Anan wurin ye failing. An gane inda entity framework ko yayi kokarin ya je entering data din, sai ya ga cewa to ai akwai Coach Milingi already in the table, so it cannot have two Coach Milingi in the same table. So shi yasa ya bada yayi hitting error. We don't know exactly when the error ne, because we didn't really mandate entity framework or but we just said it should tell us that there's a database error. So the link is failing kina. And if you check your database, you will see that it did not add any other Coach Milingi banda na farkon. You can see. So zamu tsaya anan a wannan video. Our next video maybe we will implement login in. Then in further videos we'll now see how to implement client side and we'll run it that way. Okay, this is the end of one. It's been long. Abu is quite difficult. See you in the next.